corporate America, what did you do before this?
Well, okay, so it's kind of a long journey. So when I first started DJing, I was the general manager of a furniture store, Pew Furniture in Charleston. And then I ended up I sold medical equipment for a company. I was a business banker with Chase. And then the last thing I did right before I went full time was I was the branch manager of Labor Ready, which is like a temporary blue collar staffing company out of Huntington.
So being a manager, you already had kind of some knowledge of basic business models and how they work. Did you bring that into the initial structuring of it?
Oh, absolutely. I've always said that it was a combination of all those experiences I had before in business that led to this. I mean, it helped me be able to run a successful business. And
you mentioned sales. I imagine you'd be a really good salesman for some reason.
I was decent. Yeah, that was kind of my stick. You know, I was always in sales or sales management in some capacity. Absolutely.
Right. And EJ, you have another job as well, right? What do you do during the...
Yeah, so when I'm not DJing, my other career is I do occupational therapy. So I'm an assistant and I do that with Amedisys Home Health. And so that allows me to have more flexibility to get a better balance to really create the Bravo Live, which is what I want to grow, and phase out and do part-time therapy and actually go more full-time as a DJ. And I never would have thought that an opportunity like this even existed. But through our structure and our years together, I think that's something that, we could allow to happen.
How much work, how long did it take you to get good? Was he natural when he started or what?
So when it comes to EJ, So when I met EJ, he was definitely already on another level from most of the guys that I've met. But, the biggest thing is not that he's not skilled. He is very skilled, but it's really his passion for it as much as anything and his willingness to do the work that it takes to get better. I'll say that I've never met anybody in the DJ industry that works as hard as he does at his craft. And also, DJing in the type of events we do, weddings and corporate events, it has as much to do with your personality as it does anything. And so if you know EJ, he's got personality.
Like, did you go into debt to start this business or how did that work?
Absolutely. Yeah, I went into a lot of debt and it was scary and it was tough to climb out of. And I'm still not, out of debt. I'm still paying for some things that decisions I made a few years ago. And none of them were necessarily bad decisions. It just, even the good decisions, it takes a while to pay off in the end. And so maxed out credit cards. Took a long time for me to even be able to get a business loan, like a true business loan. Probably was turned down by 12 to 15 banks. Finally found a local bank who was willing to kind of partner with me and take a little bit of a risk with me. And that's one thing that's tough about our business too, is where we don't have a lot of assets, like business assets, to be able to loan against. Our biggest asset is accounts receivable, the people that have booked us and they're going to be paying us money.
Right.
And so, but it's hard for lenders to say, look, we're going to bank on that. Mm-hmm. And so it's been tough.
Man, and in this area, I've always said it. If you're good at something and you can build the value in what you do, people will pay you for your service. If your service is great, especially in DJing, there's not many DJs if you think of the population that we have just even in Southern West Virginia. And then what's the ratio of DJs to people getting married or people throwing events? We're in a good spot. And that goes for any vendor. If you're good at what you do, build your value and the people will pay you for it, especially if you have the passion and you love it and people can tell through what you do. Stick to it, enhance it, make it better.